Hello, my name is Abigail Baltazar. My CSUN ID number is 2017-72005. And today I'll be showing you how to crochet, specifically how to make a simplistic single crochet pattern. So we will be making a sample square. These sample squares can be made to be a part of sweaters, blankets, or anything else that your creative mind comes up with. So the only materials we will be needing is yarn and a crochet hook. Any hook would do fine that you have laying around. However, make sure your hook is compatible with your yarn. So some background on crocheting. Research suggests that crochet probably developed directly from Chinese needlework, a very ancient form of embroidery known in Turkey, India, Persia, North Africa, which reached Europe in the 1700s and referred to as tambouring from the French word tambour or drum. Just before we get started, I would just like to note that crochet is not just a way to make necessities like clothing, blankets, or even socks, but it's also a way to relax and create something with your hands. Most people see it as a form of art or even just to let your creative juices flow. It's another form of expression. Now let's begin with step 1. You're going to grab your yarn, pull some out, and this first step is we're going to make a slip knot. So the first thing you do is loop it. There's so many different ways to make a slip knot, but I'm going to teach you the most simplistic way. So we're in a loop and you just pull the string through that loop and tug it. This is what it looks like, a slip knot. The second thing you want to do is put your hook into that slip knot and pull it a little tighter. Now step 2, we're going to make a chain. So to make a chain, it's going to determine the length of your square, however long you want it. Right now, since it's a sample, we are going to do 16 chains, but really we're going to do 17 because it's going to be the length of 16. That 17, when we get there, I'll show you exactly what we mean. So 1, 2, and what I'm doing is I have my hook through my circle, pulling on this yarn that's attached to my yarn ball and pulling it through that circle to make that other chain. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we just skipped to the end of 16. Now we're going to do one more 17 and I'll tell you why. So with that last chain, you want to skip that first one and go into the second one and you have 16 chains. This is what we call a transferable chain. It's going to transfer from one row to the next. So then from here, step 3 is where the crocheting really begins. So we want to grab some string. Right now we have 2 loops on the hook. What you want to do is pull the string to make a single crochet, put through 1 loop, then we have still 2 on the loop on the hook, and then pull the yarn through both loops, then pull it a little tighter. Then we do the same thing in the next loop. The next loop, pull it through, pull 1, and then pull 2. You see that we have crochet starting to form. Now I'm going to skip it to the end and I'll show you what it will look like. This is a time lapse of me continuing the process. It's just the same as before. Okay, so we've crocheted through every single one and now we're at the last one at the beginning. So what you want to do is you're pushing it through that last hole and again pull the yarn through one and then grab another piece of yarn and pull it through the second one. So now we've done every single one. Now what we're going to do is chain 1 to start our new row. Because if we keep without chaining 1, it's going to get smaller each row. You have to always chain 1. This is the most important step. So we're at the end of this row. Chain 1, and from here you're going to flip your work this way. So we were crocheting this way, like that. Now you want to flip your work and start again, going down this row. So you're going to keep doing this every single row until you're satisfied with each one. So I'm going on to my second row right now and chaining. So you want to make sure you chain one every single time. Now, however many rows you want to do, that is up to you. However, since this is a sample square, I'll be doing 16 rows, and I will skip to the end and show you exactly what it looks like at the end. Now that we've finished our square, we have to detach our square from the rest of the yarn. And we have to do it safely so that our work is not diminished. So what you want to do is cut it to your desired length. Here is fine. So we've cut it, but we cannot just leave it there because it will pull our work. So what we do is just chain this string and pull it through. And that is how you finish a square. This is the end result you should get after the steps you've taken in this video. Okay. So before we ended, I wanted to show how long this square can actually really go. This sweater is entirely made up of squares that I made myself. This whole back side is made up of squares, and just doing a bunch of sample squares can really go far places. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.